Yee! Well, this seems like a tranquil place. We are way out in the country. This is the kind of place that I'm used to going on 400-mile road sales. But this is actually Whitecotton Antique Mall, and they do advertise, and they're open 6 days a week. And it seems to me that it looked pretty interesting. So we're going to see what it's like in person. Well, this place certainly seems to be big. There's a bunch of fun but B-movie, especially lots of Western, various lobby cards. The graphics are great. And these are usually about $20 a piece framed, which is about what we have here. I always like the Duncan Fife harp shield mirrors, and I like this 20th century version that's done as a shaving mirror to set on top of a dresser or a chest of drawers. This one is priced at $168, and it says it was from Lambert's Furniture in St. Louis. We're getting close enough to where St. Louis is a big market for this area, and that's why you can have what looks like a pretty substantial antique mall out in the middle of nowhere. Little sweetheart. Electric washing machine. Interesting that they let the little girls do the electric and the water together. Rooster dish set. Yes, this is the Metlocks Red Rooster Provincial. Hello, how are you? Good. And it is $360 with the discount. There's some good pieces in that. I'm used to seeing this out in the West Coast, not so much here. Well, this is pretty offensive in a whole lot of ways. This is Pinhead, 1940s, but it is absolutely carved folk art. Might even be late 30s, but you can tell by the way it's done and the coloration that it's going to be about in that time. Very basic piece, but actually very collectible. First, I was looking at this Majolica piece, which is only $49. It does appear to be older from the glaze, but I don't necessarily see the wear on the bottom, so I'm a little suspicious of it, especially at that low price. There were reproductions of Majolica made in the 80s. Hard to tell. I'd have to do a little more research on that. This is Roseville. I think this is Carnelian too, if I remember correctly. But these look interesting because these are little beer glasses and whiskey glasses from the St. Louis World's Fair of 1904. And I like the enameling with the administration building, and they are only $9. So I'm going to pick those up because I think World's Fair stuff, especially this age, I haven't seen these before. We're in the St. Louis area, so they may be more common here than they would be elsewhere, but I sell them elsewhere. This is an English table with chairs reupholstered. I had practically the exact same one that came to me on consignment out in Washington State, and they had an appraiser who does a lot of home shows appraise it for them, and she told them it was wonderful and was worth about $1,800. Well, this one's priced at $800, and I got less than that for them after several years of trying. So, you know, there are different markets, and different markets have different tolerances to prices, especially depending on supply. And in the Northwest, there were a lot of those kind of tables at the time. So I found that very interesting. Wall cabinet somebody made at home, $45. I like the Victorian mirror for $65. Green and gold candy dish with lid. This is an interesting pattern glass pattern, and it's got a nice ring of flowers and the honeycomb optic and the feather feet. This green decanter is more of a screen print, but it's cute. And then the little girl here, I'm curious. I wonder if I think I'm allowed to open this one. It doesn't seem to have a key or anything. Let's see who did her. Oh, she's Goebel. Only $12. A whole lot of nice Noritake dishes for only $14 each. It is such a bargain right now because of years of people being afraid of it. But now that we're educating people to look for these marks from the 1930s with the N and Noritake on them that say made in Japan, well, people are not feeling so fooled anymore, and they're starting to buy again. Set of silverware in the fitted case, only $20. Prices here seem very good for what they are. The American oak sideboard, a very plain mission style piece, but a little lighter color, which is more suitable for a lot of homes in this area, and it's only $300. There's actually a lot of utility from these. I think people are starting to realize for that price, you can put it in a bedroom and use it just as well as a dresser. And that is starting to get people's attention, or maybe more of a vanity with the low mirror there. Well, looky there. Somebody has the chip and dip together in turquoise with the correct bale to hold them. So many of those metal bales got thrown out because people did not realize what they were, forgot what they were, or were cleaning out an estate and just thought it was some stupid attachment from something that was gone. That's why they're expensive now. I haven't seen very many interesting Aladdin oil lamps, but this cathedral one, I should say I haven't seen them lately. But this cathedral lamp, it's got a nice paint color. I think that's a fired on color, but it's a good tone. It's got the original mantle you can see, and it's priced at $230. Okay, this is priced at $295. This is the typewriter I got for $5 at Greenville. Except, well, mine doesn't have the operating manual, but mine is a pretty green color. And they say mine is worth $295 as well. They're actually selling for that online. Well, this is definitely a place that people from Illinois go because there's a big lake near here. It's sort of a vacation area. So again, we're going to see a lot of things priced at retail. We're also near the interstates, but antiques have to have a retail market to exist. And I have actually found two things already, and we're just on the first aisle. So Fostoria heirloom priced at $40. They say Vaseline glass. Again, I don't know that heirloom's yellow fluoresces, but we'll try it. And it does. So this one is a winner. It's a pike. Okay. Oh, that's great. Wow. He's huge. And what a great price, actually. I mean, I know he needs a little bit of repair, but that's actually a really inexpensive price. And then fishing lures for $3 each. Yeah. Oh, this is fun. How long have you been doing this?
I've been involved in the antiquing and junking about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, how cool.
And I got to retire a couple years ago, so I stepped into it
Oh.
full time.
Oh, how fun. What's your name again?
Hi, I'm Candy.
Candy.
Yeah.
That's great.
What's your name on YouTube?
I have one little site on YouTube called Candy's Junk and Disorderly.
Oh, that's great.
I post some awesome
That would be the account, but if you're in the chat or anything, or you comment, that's what.
Sure.
Okay.
Junk and Disorderly. I love it.
Yeah. Kind of a play on words because I actually retired as a deputy sheriff in this area.
Oh, how
so the Junk and Disorderly.
Yes, oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm sure you saw a few of both.
Yeah.
You have to survive in that profession, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, how cool. Oh, that's great.
I enjoy this, and I enjoy, as you tell on your channel, the history of items. It's something, if I don't know about it, it bothers me, and I have to try to research it and find it out.
Well, and so often it turns out that's the thing that makes it useful and interesting to somebody else, too, so it's worth doing it. I mean, it's fun, but it's also like, yeah, it also helps you sell. Oh, wow.
So you came down to one of the...
All these old beer stuff that is not there.
When they did, like, the trail.
The first one. Yeah. Well, that's coming up again.
$9.50. Wow, Totem brand. Oh, this is perfect. I'm going to take that. Oh, that'll sell out west. Wow, that's really fun. And you're in 3 other places around here.
Yes.
Well, how cool. I am so glad to meet you in person again. I know that you did come to the warehouse sale, and I'll have it again soon. So we'll see each other then. How much is the swag lamp?
I only want
$24.50.
I think it's still plugged in. It's kind of hard to tell behind the...
Let's see. We'll give it a shot.
Behind the,
it's
plug is behind the thingy now. So.
That doesn't want to pull very easily, so I'm not gonna try it. But yeah, I think I'd like that. I like the decanter set too, with the, and boy, again, great prices. I mean, look at the cut to clear. This is 1960s. It's got a good stopper. Oh,
there is one problem with the stopper.
Little chip somewhere. Oh yes, I see that.
Yeah. I always put it on mine so people know.
Exactly. You just have to tell people the truth because they're going to find it anyway when they get it. I like the rocker too. This is interesting because it's trying to look like inlay, but it's actually a faux painting. And oh my gosh, $18.50. That's incredible.
And I try to get all my stuff reasonably priced and pass it on reasonably.
Wow, so you sure do. Very good. Well, I'll have to make sure my prices are low enough when you come to shop. So I've got to learn the auctions around here. I mean, her prices were so cheap. That tells me that people are able to pick things up in this area pretty readily. This is consolidated, but this is going to be the Phoenix era with the gold. And that is custard. Now, there is a chance that might glow under black light. It is $60. Nice old Bennington vase with the handles. Very stout in that very thick glaze from the 19th century. Picture on the right is Mary Gregory. And we're going to see if we can tell the age. The glass is thin, the enameling is deep. So this looks like an old one. Look at the pontil mark. There's wear on the bottom. I would say this might be the turn of the 20th century. In fact, I'm almost sure of it now that I see this color of green. And the price on that is $125. Fun graphics with Dan Daly, and give my regards to Broadway, color by Technicolor, with a cast of, well, a bunch of people that we don't really know today, but it is a great graphic from about 1950, I would say. Advertising sells well. This is a nice reverse painted piece, but they want $90, and I have to say I sold mine just a few years ago for a lot less. Now, I realize the advertising market has increased some, but you know, there is sort of a fine line we're walking where you start pricing collectors out. This is a very good Fulper piece with that mottled glaze. Fulper ran the factory that became Stengel later in the 20th century, and they did this great little mushroom flower frog priced at $55. The bowl is a great arts and crafts piece of theirs with a mottled glaze for $3.50, and then another frog in an interesting triangular shape for $38. Wow, this place is cool. It's big, and it's way... I love that it's way off on the end of a road. I mean, you would never say, when we turn down, it's like, well, it's here. We know it's here. It's the right thing on the map, yeah. The Fenton Cranberry Cologne has the wrong stopper, not a faceted stopper. Cute little heart-shaped bracelet for $39 with the gold fill. L'Art du Temps for about $90. That's Lalique for Nina Ricci, and that one has the box. I don't think your mom would like the Robert E. Lee lampshade, no. I do like this, though. It's priced at $5.95. They've lowered it a little bit. This is a very elaborate Victorian mahogany etagere. I've always been really fond of these. I mean, if you're going to go for Victorian, why not go for really, really, really high style? It's got the shield-shaped mirror with the beveling, and then it has an open door down here, so you can display more of your goodies that you don't want people to get their hands on. You know, people look and say, well, is that really practical? Well, it's a whole lot of shelving. It certainly could be used for things like books as well as collections. It could be used in a dining room. It could be used to put bottles in barware and turn it into a bar against one wall. So actually, these serve a lot of purpose still. Old tape recorders, old film splicers. Some of these actually sell for pretty good money now if they work. This one looks pretty clean like it would, and it's $65. It's a reel-to-reel tape recorder. And reel-to-reels typically sell for about $100 more than that, so that's probably a really good deal. But I've already got one out for sale, and it's a little heavy. They're Royal Copley, and Parky is some advertising piece I haven't seen before. For My Cruise and For My Minker from about 1960. And yep, $17. It's actually a pretty fair price for that. Curved glass china cabinet, $4.99. Boy, those used to go for twice that. That's a deal. You want your child to know that there's no time like today. Time and tide wait for no man, so open the desk. There must be something amazing in there. Nope. Reduced to $325 firm. This is a very cute secretary desk in oak with the drop front from about 1910, beveled mirrors. I like the diamond shape. This could actually work possibly into an Art Deco environment if you used it correctly, because it's not really extremely ornamented and it's very geometric. Looks like it has a little diamond-shaped face. If you're enjoying Christmas in June, and this tree's pretty fun because they've festooned it with a lot of surprising things, well then please click that like button, leave a comment, let us know you're out there. Please subscribe if you haven't. It really helps the channel a lot because YouTube then sees that there's interest, and it really does help with getting more people to be able to join us and have fun and learn together. We all educate each other. I've had a lot of help from some viewers to set me straight on a few things lately that I got wrong. And that's part of why it's so important to have this dialogue. So thank you for supporting the channel. And now let's see what else they have. Cups and saucers, bead strands. There's lots of things you can use as ornaments on a tree besides just ornaments. A very late 60s, early 70s color in Melmac. And this one has a mark on it that tells us that it is made in USA in Chicago. This is a little faded, but I still would like to see $22. That's actually pretty good these days for a matching canister set. And it is complete, other than coffee, which is missing. Look at the big carousel horse.
Yeah.
That says it's circa 1883. Wow, it's nice to see a real one. It's a Herschel. It's been repainted. It says that it is an Armitage that would have set in the second row, which makes sense because of the pole position. And it is in the original part paint colors. There may have been a little restoration to it here and there, but it's generally pretty genuine and authentic. And that's a neat thing to see. $3,400 on that. We just see so many reproductions of these from the 70s and 80s when these originals got really hard to find. And then there's this really groovy mushroom here. I really like this thing. This feels like it's a resin. Is this a lamp? It is a lamp, yes. Purchased in the mid-80s in Carmel, California for it's $270. That is just outrageous. That would be fun to do an entire world of funky stuff around. And then, that's our thumbnail. See, we told you clowns were scary. Ronald McDonald with his big baggy bottom there. 1650. It is hard to find these now. This would have been in front of McDonald's when they first started Ronald McDonald and doing the play stuff and appealing more to kids back around 1970. He's huge. He's taller than I am. This is really neat. This is from about 1950. And this one is an electrically powered Tosco camel. This would have sat in front of a grocery store or been a kiddie ride somewhere else. You can see the base there. It could be moved, so they could have taken it around to carnivals and festivals. It's priced at $11.50. It originally sat in front of the Finkel Fair in Paducah, Kentucky. It is just amazing. I love it. This is a very neat looking old cabinet priced at $800, National Biscuit Company. Circa 1900. It's got this great lithography on tin here. It looks like it's had some restoration, but what a neat piece. And then this store case is also very, very good. $1,600. It's got Gans Brothers on it. Purchased in Cadiz about 35 years ago, but it was to display umbrellas and other things that needed to be set in tall, narrow cases like canes. An unusual piece. I haven't actually seen this piece before, so it is Alamo Pottery. You just showed me the label, and that's how I knew. And the big numbers, if it doesn't have this ink stamp or you can't make it out, the big squarish numbers are a clue. I would say that piece is probably maybe $35.
$22.50.
$22.50. That's not bad. I think it's just a little rough down on the bottom, but that could be from taking it off the kiln too. It's very heavy wear. It's a lot like Abingdon in its quality. Not a bad price. This set looks like Fitz and Floyd basket weave. And, oh, yep, so it is, and, oh, one's got a crack, though. See, this was pretty thin wear. You have to be careful with Fitz and Floyd. And this is from 1980. But with a crack, we've got to leave that. These flutes, if they're older, are a good price because they've got lots of color, and there's 6 of them for only $15.
Get this?
Well, maybe. I already have one Treasure Craft house. Tell me the price.
Yes.
$10.
15.
15. It's tempting at 15. It's a good piece. They made the design so that it would look like it was hand thrown. This is actually kind of the end of the pottery craft stoneware shapes being adapted into later treasure crafts. So it's a good deal. It's got the mark. It's probably worth it. It's just, I think I've already got this. I think I've got the same exact one. Nah, they've already marked it down once. Once a dealer's marked something down, I'm reluctant to ask for a lot more off unless they were just super high to begin with. Just $12.50 on the little double cornucopia by Abingdon seems like a very good price. $12 actually. Pretty color. Heavy wear just like Alamo Pottery was. But wait a second. Hairline crack. You really have to be careful. I'm seeing some stuff that's not marked as is. Do not assume that dealers have looked everything over and that they never make a mistake or that they always remember to put notes about damage. It's a good practice if you're a dealer, especially if you're selling online, where you have to pay to have it returned if you're wrong. But it is not something that you can assume as a buyer. You have to do your diligence. I'm always surprised a new booth has a sale right away. I mean, wouldn't you want people to see the stuff and pay you full price for a while before you start discounting? But I guess, you know, people get this idea that you have to do discounts to get people to walk in and look. Whole Rosella vase from the early 50s. $22.50 minus the discount. It has a little gift store tag there. I do like the fan mirror. This is cast iron. I think this is out of the 60s, but at 20% off, it's $20. So you know what? Welcome, new dealer. Thank you for giving me a deal. Yes, this is iron art, so it's a little later piece in time, but it's not super late because it still has metal tabs with the old screws, not like what they do now. Cute little red card. I like the size. With the little plastic wheels from the 60s. They don't roll super well, but then again, where are you going with that thing? Nice little spice set here with just the names on them. Original lids, $52.50. Another one of these little phone tables from the late 50s, early 60s with the Formica and the little padded seat. $80 on that. Oh, and there we go, the velvet painting of the galleon. $20 after the discount. And then there was Dino Gas. I was just talking about how this might be my bucket list Sinclair thing. So of course it's giant and huge, and here's one right now. This one is solid aluminum rather than fiberglass, and it was purchased at an auction in 1987. They are asking $1,800 for it. It does seem to be flawless, like it was kept indoors. I like the bath here. This is from about 1915 to 1920. Big baby bath on an iron stand there. You don't really see those very often. When you do, the stand's usually missing. This little table with the redwood was made around Big Sur in the 60s and is priced at $360. This has its side and dated Chihuly New Day glass. You have to be careful about how you pick those up. That is $720. That's an amazing piece of glass, though. You see lots of Empoli bottles over here. They seem like they're all priced about right.
I'm also seeing the back end of what looks like a Neil the Frog cookie jar from Sears from the 70s, the full-figured variety rather than the flimsier canister variety. And it's priced at $69, which is about the going rate now.
$95 on the California Originals Chief. Well, this is a really fun mall, and it looks like we're closing it down, so I guess we're going to have to see the rest of it the next time we come back. We have had a lot of fun wandering off into places that we didn't expect to go and finding things we did not expect to find. So this has been a fun day. I hope you enjoyed it too. Please leave a comment with us. And now,
if you enjoyed this video, check out this one. Also, click thumbs up to like this video and check the description for information about our Patreon, our memberships. We've got a lot of different levels with different perks and bonus videos and early content. Also, please do check out our website, theantiquenomad.com, for appraisal help. And we'll see you again for more adventures in the antique and vintage community soon. Bye for now.